I would feed you the finest of wheat, and I would fill you with honey from the rock. Oh, I would feed you the finest of wheat, and I would fill you with honey from the rock. Honey from the rock. Honey from the rock. Oh, I would fill you with honey from the rock. Oh, I would feed you the finest of wheat, and I would fill you with honey from the rock. Oh, I would feed you the finest of wheat, and I would fill you with honey from the rock. Honey from the rock. Honey from the rock. Oh, I would fill you with honey from the Oh, I would feed you the finest of wheat, and I would fill you with honey from the rock. Oh, I would feed you the finest of wheat, and I would fill you with honey from the rock. Honey from the rock. Honey from the rock. Oh, I would fill you with honey from the honey from the rock. Honey from the rock. Oh, I would fill you with honey from the
This visible ritual that we do every week is an opportunity for us to vulnerably bring our full selves into the room, into the space, whether we're remote or physically present. And it's contained. I mean, it has something to hold it. And I don't know if you're familiar with the psalm that those words are the ending of. Those words, I will give you honey from the rock, come at the ending of a litany of really horrible things experienced by a people who want to believe more than anything that they are beloved by God. And whatever your theology, I imagine there is a part of you that wants to believe more than anything that you are beloved and worthy. And so this is an opportunity for us to name that we are worthy, that something within us, something contained within our being, wants to acknowledge that we can receive honey from whatever rocks are placing themselves in our lives. So in addition to placing a stone for those joys and concerns shared online today, I just invite us to speak out loud, just all at once. We don't have to take turns at all. But if there's a name, maybe a person's name, or maybe it's the name of a situation, or maybe it's a group of people that are on your heart. But just I invite you to speak aloud, whatever you would like for this final stone to mean today, whoever it's for. Amen.
Good morning. My name is Jenny Papp. I'm the Director of Lifespan Faith Development for this congregation. My pronouns are she and they. A couple weeks ago, Reverend Mary shared a book that I wasn't familiar with, I had not seen before. It's called Good People Everywhere. And it's lovely and also very simply and clearly written. And I want to share with you a little about what's in this story. So today, in neighborhoods all over the world, millions and millions of people are doing very good things. So there are carpenters who are mending houses and fences and repairing homes that have been damaged by recent storms. We just had some really big storms in Indiana over the weekend. Who else will help after the storms? Who else in our millions of people? Electricians, there's one. Plumbers, yeah. Construction workers. Food wagons, okay. Teachers. Healthcare. They'll all help with that storm. Pardon? And neighbors, yep. There are grown-ups that are cooking dinners for their families, and there are cooks that are preparing meals, maybe in bigger kitchens, for people who are without homes. Who's going to help cook dinner this week? All right, there you go. Just a few weeks ago, some of the youth and adults from this congregation helped prepare food for Urban Hope and serve it. So today, millions and millions of people are doing very good things. There are doctors and midwives who are delivering babies and then gently kind of passing them into the homes of those waiting, into the arms and homes of those waiting parents. Who else might help new parents? Grandparents, nurses, neighbors, friends, yeah. New parents need help. Teachers are teaching math and spelling and science and all sorts of topics, helping kids gain skills in those sorts of things. Who are the other helpers in schools? Custodians. I had that one on my list and no one said it. counselors, intervention specialists, tutors, volunteers, crossing guards. Yeah, see? Millions and millions. Musicians are opening their hearts and playing beautiful music. There are dancers that are leaping across dance floors, practicing their performances over and over just so they can bring joy to their friends, their families, and their community. How many of you bring joy to others by sharing your musical or performing talent? Yeah, and bless you today for sharing that. You are among the millions today. There are people who are planting seeds today and picking fruits and vegetables so that we may have our favorite fruit with our lunch. They drive them to grocery stores. Can you think of other folks who help make sure that we have fresh produce? Truck drivers, farmers, migrant workers, grocery store workers, and the farmer's market, yeah. Millions and millions of people are doing very good things. There's a child trying to do her best on a science test. Who are the helpers? Parents? Brothers and sisters might help. Google. That's an infinite, millions and millions. Yeah. A teenage boy is helping a young child who is sad and lonely. There's a first grade boy who is helping someone who has fallen and skinned their knee on the playground. When we're hurt, who else might be a helper? Nurses, moms, teachers, a friend, neighbors. A big sister is holding her baby brother while her mother just runs across the street to help out a neighbor. Ready? Millions and millions of people are doing very good things today. And so will you. I wonder, what will you do? We'll see.
Our offering today goes to the Faith Communities Together for a Sustainable Future PACT. And the name pretty much says it all on what they do. Many of you may be familiar with them because they have a speaker series that's well attended by members of our community. They inspire and advocate and organize for renewable energy sources, sustainable practices, and policies that address climate change, and oppose the fossil fuel extraction processes that harm the environment, damage communities, cause stress and health issues for people, and threaten human life. So all of these things are where they put their effort. Please give generously within your means. You may either make out a check or cash payable to UUCC in the collection plate, or contribute via Cash App, $UUCC 44122. Please use the memo line to indicate today's date and our plate recipient fact. Thank you.
There is a love holding me. There is a love calling me. There is a love moving me. There is a love blessing me. There is a love.
I trust that both of these microphones are not on at the same time. I'm going to hold up a graphic which you may or may not have gotten in your order of service. It's a little sticker, and it is a picture of the life cycle of a dandelion. So the birth of dandelion seeds is what we're focusing on. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about active hope and love at the center, the heart of love. All of the music that I bring to share with you this morning, all is an expression of active hope. And over the last 8 months, I've been living into the book named Active Hope, as well as the social justice program of Active Hope that was created by Joanna Macy and Chris Johnstone. For more than 30 years, these two eco-spiritual teachers have been evolving and sharing their program for ecological healing, but also for addressing the underlying problems that led to climate imbalance and disaster that are also driving the crises facing democracy around the world right now. So what is active hope? I don't know if anybody else comes with baggage, but I came to the game with baggage. So this is what Joanna and Chris respond when they're asked that question. Active hope is not wishful thinking. Active hope is not waiting to be rescued by some superhero or savior. Active hope is waking up again and again to the beauty and the resilience of life, the creativity of life, the heart of love, on whose behalf we are here, and on whose behalf we act. It's remembering that we belong in the world, that the web of life calls us forth at this time. We've come a long way, and we are here to play our parts and to sing our parts for some of us. What might that part look like? And where do we begin on a day-by-day, moment-by-moment basis? Our authors bring us back consistently to awareness. Awareness of the here and now. Now, not just the latest atrocities, which is why we shared the story that we did. We are literally wired to see what's wrong so that we get out of harm's way. That's a good thing. We don't want to undo being able to get out of harm's way, but we are wired to only notice that which is threatening. And so our story this morning reminds us that we are surrounded every day by networks upon networks that have evolved over millions of years to support us individually, collectively, as families, as communities. They name 3 underlying stories that have a tendency to grip and define the way we pay attention. The first story is called Business as Usual, and it is the reassurance that everything is just fine. You know, just keep your eyes closed. Just look at things that are just close up if you're lucky. The second story is called The Great Unraveling, because most of us are not that lucky. And denial has a limit. The Great Unraveling joins the first story of Business as Usual, relying upon our sense of powerlessness. and the assumption for the great unraveling that it's too late and that nothing can be done. They require us to stay deluded into believing we have no power. There is a limit to that, too. The third story is called The Great Turning, and it's a story that has been rippling through the human family for 1,000 years, literally. And it is this prophecy, this dream that arose about 1,000 years ago, that when the human family overreaches its ability to live peacefully together, when it creates means of destruction that are overpowering all of the good things happening on a daily basis everywhere, that life itself, this is not a savior, this is not a deity, but that life itself will do what it always does, which is calling forth from itself the creative ability to see what's happening and to respond, because we come together not only in new ways, but we become aware of how we are coming together. Active hope, if you read the book or you join the program, which is offered online and in many other places, what you'll see is that they name a number of different stages. These look like such beautiful words, like gratitude. And, oh, it's hard to read the next one, honoring our pain and seeing with new eyes before going forth. What they are disguising in this beautiful graphic of abundant life, are fundamental changes that are required in us individually, but more importantly, in us together. These are the changes that are required in the field of the heart. And so gratitude, that snaggly, snarly, realistic-looking root that allows the dandelion to have such strength, is not feel-good, sort of, unrealistic gratitude, but it's the gratitude for those little things. It is the calling, like a mindfulness bell in a zendo, calling us into this moment, that amazing thing that person we didn't know in the mail room said to us as we were checking our mail for the week. It is that the expression of joy on a small child. It comes in so many different forms, but it is asking us not to just be there, but to notice them and to drink them in to every cell of the body. Why do we need to do that? Because the next stage of growth for our inner dandelion is being able to face the suffering of the world, not to cover it over with platitudes, not to run away from it with our favorite Netflix binge series, but to actually be present. Many of the songs that I share arise out of the struggle to be present to the suffering of the world. That's where There Is a Love came forth in the middle of the night in absolute grief about what was happening in our world. I heard the line, "There is a love holding me." And I heard it to the tune of the Baruch Atah Adonai from the Jewish Renewal Movement. And it continued to show me the rest of what's happening and the fact that I'm not holding this alone, you're not holding this alone, we're not holding it alone, but it asks us to go beyond that delusion in our culture that we are just and most importantly, hyper-individuals. This is asking us to remember who we are. And that's a line that will come back in another song. To remember who we are, that's the most important thing we have to teach each other and ourselves. Many years ago when I was studying with Joanna, it felt like it came out of the blue. I was in a class, there were about 20 of us, and she asked us, have you ever had an experience where it stopped you in your tracks and suddenly you realized that you were part of everything and always would be, and that all was well? Two things happened in my mind. I don't know about my other student friends. A part of me wanted to say, no, I haven't had an experience like that. But my inner 4-year-old started waving her hand, and suddenly I was back climbing the steps of my neighbor's yard as the sun rose over my house behind me, illuminating the shafts of dandelions growing along that pathway. Everything turned to gold, including me. And in that moment, it stopped me in my tracks. I knew beyond words, I was 4 years old, that I was part of all this and that it was shining through us with the tenacity and the beauty and the everyday appearances of dandelions. And so my invitation to you is to take the time to invite your inner 4-year-old to surprise you, and perhaps more importantly, to notice those breakthrough moments, even if you didn't put them on your to-do list. That those are the most important roots of life, of the heart, holding us and waking us up again and again so that we may move through these different stages of active hope, which ask us to see ourselves differently, to see our communities differently. I'm going to ask you to just take a moment, turn around, look around this room, because even though the program of Active Hope looks absolutely stunningly complex and impossible, when you look around you, you will find people who are already engaging this spiral of active hope. People who are already learning to sing as a chorus, not to just do everything according to the bully in place, but to be able to learn to harmonize. And there is one song that we're going to sing, actually the very last song, the postlude, will end with the word harmony, because that's what it's all about. And harmony's not easy, harmony is messy, harmony takes practice, and harmony is what brings us fully alive. And so may we all gather here and in all of the communities where we come alive and we are of service. May we gather on behalf of harmony and healing and democracy and presence and the resilience of a dandelion. Now I would invite you into a few moments of meditation and reflection. Notice the way that the breath is moving in your body. Greeting your breath with kindness and gratitude. Breathing on behalf of the wise body that knows how to bring itself back into balance, even as we push it too far. And bring your hands up to the area of your heart. If you choose, you can also let them rest in your lap. And just notice the sensations there under your sternum. Smiling at your beautiful heart this morning. And courageously noticing all that you bring with you to your heart today. Any unresolved feelings, difficult situations you may be facing, opportunities and challenges. The loved ones who are in your heart. Breathe on their behalf right now. And notice that you are seated or watching, surrounded by a community of beautiful hearts. Coming together with a common observation that it is love that is at the center, not fear. And if you are feeling afraid, let your beautiful heart rock that fear, so that it knows that it does not have to drive this bus, that it is surrounded by millions and billions of manifestations, allowing yourself to be held by the beautiful. Breathing with gratitude. And as the choir comes forward, I just wanted to share where this song comes from. So bring your sorrow to the well. The well is community for me. The well is also music. The well is also relationship, one-to-one. And so as you listen, just notice what the well is for you. There's not one right answer, I hope. Bring your sorrow to the well. Let its living water soothe you. Healing waters bring you safely through. Living waters that dissolve all fear. Sacred waters that transform your grief. Remember who you are. Bring your anger to the well. Let its living water calm you. Healing waters bring you safely through. Living waters that dissolve all fear. Sacred waters that transform your grief. Remember who you are. Bring your terror to the well. Let its living water hold you. Healing waters bring you safely through. Living waters that dissolve all fear. Sacred waters that transform your grief. Remember who you are. Bring your visions to the well. Let its living water guide you. Healing waters to reflect the way. Living waters that dissolve all fear. Sacred waters that transform your grief. Remember who you are. Living waters that dissolve all fear. Sacred waters that transform your grief. Remember who you are. Okay. And so now the whole choir is going to come forward. And I just wanted to say a few words about this song. 9 years ago, I was sitting at my piano, and I really wanted to play something. I didn't know what to play. And I realized in that moment, it was a very humbling moment, I realized that so many of the songs that I have written came out of my suffering or my experience of the suffering of the world around me. And so basically, many songs are another way of saying help. And so I thought, I want to go gravity is alive and well. So I wanted to go beyond that sense of help me, one little mortal person. And so I just said to the universe, what do you need to say? I'll just sit here and noodle at the piano. And what surprised me was how quickly the song came forward. And the song came forward complete. And it runs through first person singular, second person singular or plural, and then first person plural. And it took me, and this is embarrassing for a minister to admit, it took me a long time to realize that all the song was doing was putting into English the words of Yud He, Vav He, which has been at the core of the heart of the Jewish tradition, which also gave us Baruch Atah Adonai and the tune, the beginning tune. So notice how we can all fit into singing this song, because we're not talking about abstract deities. It's just us. It's just all of us. And as Joanna would say, and we are millions and millions and billions of years old. And so let's invite ourselves and each other to sing along and to act our age. Thank you.
Would you like to stand and sing along? Stand if you're willing and able. Rise in body or spirit, or even both.
This is the microphone I'm going to use so that I don't have to balance on the stool that Mike put here. I thought I was supposed to do a tree pose behind the choir, but I'm just going to do... I do have a couple of things to let you know about. First of all, we have the full spectrum of RE programming after the service for all ages. Also, Free Cycle is going on today outside. Someone asked today, so I'm going to have to walk through the parking lot and buy stuff today. And I said, no, it's Free Cycle. You just take stuff. So if there's something there that you could use, someone else has decided that they no longer need it, and it is yours for the taking. It is free. So browse through that after the service as well. I also want to make sure that it's on your calendar, just looking ahead a couple of weeks. The Pride March is going to be Saturday, June 7th. We're going to gather here with coffee and donuts outside at 9 a.m. We're going to have some other UU congregations that are probably going to be marching with us. I don't know how many of them are going to be here for coffee and donuts, but we're going to ride the RTA downtown together after spending a little time getting caffeinated and carved up here. So that's going to be Saturday, June 7th. Coffee and donuts will be here at 9. The march starts at 11. What I am reminded of in this little diagram, I think these formulas sometimes seem like they're prescriptions, but when I think about how do I hold the pain of the world, having something like this reminds me, have I started with gratitude? Because maybe I need to take a step back first and start with gratitude. And then maybe I can honor the pain in my life and the pain in the world in a way that allows me to see through the filters of my values rather than just the filters of how much pain there is. So how do my values call me to respond in a way that is actively hopeful about the world that we can co-create together? I hope that you find the same meaning in this. If you did not get a sticker, we can print more, but I invite you to use this in your life in the weeks ahead and to go with peace and courage. Amen, and blessed be.
Please join me in the words for extinguishing the chalice. It's on the back of the yellow card in your order in your pew. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.